Welcome to Dog Life Radio.
All right. Hello, everybody. This is Rossi Giugio and another episode of the powerful Dog Life Radio. This is episode 57. Thank you so much for joining me today. Today we've got a small change from the norm. I do have a guest. It's a special type of a episode. This is another one of my tattoo episodes. Yes, I do like my tattoos. So today we've got ourselves I took another trip down to Iron Eel Tattoo in Collinsville, Connecticut. Visited my good buddy Doug. If you are in the area and you want a good tattoo, you got to go see my man Doug. Iron Eel Tattoo. Anyway, so how does tattoos and the like fit into the mix of health and fitness? So this is my logic, so bear with me if you will. It's all about mindfulness. So being healthy and fit isn't just your physical fitness, you're exercising, how you can perform and look and lift and run and stuff like that. It's more than that. It's your mindfulness too. So it's about your state of mind. And I find tattooing to be pretty relaxing, actually. I really enjoy it. Anyway, so back to mindfulness, though. So could be tattooing for you. Maybe it's something different. Who knows? It could be like yoga, could be meditation. You could check out one of them float tanks, like my good friend Bree down in South Carolina. Hopefully she's doing well. I know she is. Anyway, float tank. Anything that you can use to reset your mind, get your head on straight. That whole Zen thing. Meditation, whatever it is. It's really important. I've had past guests on. We talked about meditation before, but that's why tattooing is kind of important to me. I like it. I like the way they look. That is one thing, but I also really do get a sense of, I do. Just in case you missed that, it's a sense of, yes, I'm relaxed. Yeah, it does hurt, but it's still kind of cool. Anyway, so yeah, I took some time off before. Let's see, a couple weeks ago, I just got everything going again. Maybe about a month ago, I spoke with Katrina LeClaire. Then after that with Nikki Brazier. But before that, I took a couple of months off because I needed a break. My head just wasn't right there. I needed to reset everything. Things were not in a spot where I was ready to do this type of thing. I wasn't ready to podcast. So I had to pause. I had to continue to progress because we progress. Don't focus on perfection. You focus on progression. And that's what I did. And I had to spend some time thinking about me, and that's what I did. Really happy to be back at it all over again. So just a hint of what is to come. Looking at getting a couple more local guests. Katrina's from the same town as me. We're both in Granby, Connecticut. I've got a couple of more people, got some local trainers from neighboring towns, if you will, as well as I've got a guest teed up for hopefully within the next a handful of weeks. We'll be able to sit down and talk, but I'm really looking forward to meeting with her. She's got an incredible story. Her journey through health and fitness is phenomenal. I don't want to let too much out. I don't want to let the cat out of the bag just yet, but I'm really looking forward to it. We're going to gear back up full bore, getting all kinds of cool guests on to talk about different things with health and fitness as well as mindfulness. Anyway, this episode, I don't know, it's around a half an hour or so. Me and Doug talking. We talk about a lot of different things like we usually do. It's funny, tattooists, I think, have such an incredible perspective on things because they hear some pretty freaking wild stories. This is in two parts. And it's actually from the middle of my tattoo session. The session, I think, was around 3 or 4 hours, and this is just a small excerpt of it. I had recorded a huge part, but was not suitable to be released and not suitable for the masses. So you're getting this piece. You will enjoy it, but just know what ended up on the cutting room floor was quite quite scandalous. Anyway, we're going to join this one en medias res, in the middle of the action. We're talking about tattooing, just technology, things like that. And I know you will love this. So enjoy, everybody. Thank you again.
I do a different setup where I can be a little bit more ergonomic too.
Oh, so because with the wired tattoo?
Yeah, just like not having to be attached to something that I have to move around with me. Because if this is wireless, then I can have like a little tray here with my ink,
Yep.
so I can just make it so it can be more ergo.
Yep.
So I'm not doing as much twisting and turning.
I know. I always see whenever I get tattooed, I always look at, you've got the things on your arms and
yeah,
the braces.
The braces help a lot.
Yeah.
I gotta say, like, if I didn't realize how much they helped until I just kind of forgot to bring them into work one day, and I went a week without using them, and my arms were all jacked
Shot.
up. Yeah.
Now, do you still do the stretching and stuff like that?
So like I'm trying to force myself into I've got this great routine down with all these other aspects of my life, so I'm just trying to get one down now for like I have to stretch I'm trying to stretch every morning and night, but right now it's like when I have a long day like tonight, I'm gonna go home and jump on the exercise bike, do at least like 20 minutes on that, and then get on the floor and stretch, and then.
That's
And even if I just do that, like it's not much, but like it's way
Something.
better than not doing anything.
So when you're on the bike, what do you do? Do you watch anything?
Yeah, I just set up it for the TV. Like preferably I'd be out in the woods, and then it's much more. I get a lot more out of it. But I'm getting better at sitting in front of a TV and trying to.
I tell you what, I zoned in on that. Like I will like binge watch different shows and stuff, and I'll just go for anywhere from 40 to 60 minutes, and I'll just go on the bike and just go. And I'll do intervals. Like I'll go 20 minutes. It's like Tabata style, 20 seconds of sprint, and then 10 seconds of rest, and just boom, 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 back and forth. And if you're watching something good, it goes by quick. But I'm kind of running out of good stuff though.
Oh, I gotta say, I bought one of those. What is it, like the magnetic resistance bikes on Amazon? It's like a cheapy thing, it folds up. And it's great, but when I'm really trying to get a workout and I got it in the hardest setting, it's not smooth. It's like every time you hit, it almost like there's like a I don't know. It's not smooth like you're riding a bike, and it's weird. It totally throws me. I can't stand it. Like it makes me want to spend a bunch of money to get like a decent one.
So I just have like a spin bike that people use in spin classes. And it was like $200, and it gets the job done. But what I want to get is one of those air assault bikes that's got the hand, where you're moving.
Oh,
like
so
that
you
too.
can get like a hand work, an arm,
Yeah, those
an upper body workout.
I remember reading some articles and stuff saying that those burn the most calories out of all, like cardio equipment. Plus, I like it'll fit spatially in my basement.
It's not too. Yeah, I wonder how much do you think those are? Do you know?
Oh God, they range. You can go from 2 to 800-900 if you wanted to. You can get something super beefy, but you can get other ones like I think anywhere around the $200, $300, $400. So get yourself something decent, and you'll be sweating.
Yeah, maybe I'll try something like that this one. My other thought was just to get one of those things where you pop the rear tire off your bike and attach it to the.
Well, shit. If you, how much is that? That's
it can't be that much.
It's got to be a shit ton less than $300-400.
Yeah,
it's just like a stand.
But I like the idea of being able to move your upper because like I need a lot of because of what I do. I need.
Well, that's all you do on those Airdyne ones or Air Assault, whatever the brand you get.
I feel like that would help open me up after like working.
Yeah, serious cardio workout on those fuckers. Yeah. So and I'll just plop down like I just binged over the last handful of days of cardio. I think it was called Working Moms. It's on Netflix. It was pretty good. It was like 3 seasons that I watched.
Oh, is that like the comedian? Is that like is there like some recognizable faces in that one?
I have no idea. I don't think so. This is
I saw some preview for some new comedy show on Netflix. Maybe it was something else.
This was it's filmed in Canada.
Okay.
It's by a Canadian production company, so I think they're all fucking Canadian. It was pretty good, but
what was it? Was it like a comedy or documentary?
It was a comedy about these 3 women who are best friends. Like they all just like had babies, and it's all about their lives. Like they're going back to work, they get jobs, lose jobs, fights with their spouses and all this other stuff. And it's kind of like that. some of it's fucking really funny, and then other parts of it just kind of gets a little blech. But it's something when you're sitting on the car. You're sitting on the bike, you're just going.
Well, did I tell you I finally finished Game of Thrones?
Really?
Yeah, I binged the whole thing in like a couple months, just the other month. I did it over the summer.
Okay, good for you.
Yeah. Yep.
So now you can actually go, all right, I saw it.
Yeah. I liked the way it ended. Did you ever watch it?
I have. I've watched the whole thing.
Yeah.
I think the only thing I think there's so much hate on it. I thought the only thing I wish Cersei had died a little bit more violently.
Okay.
She was such an evil character for her to die that. I was like,
oh yeah,
damn
yeah.
it.
A lot of people say, like, yeah, for sure. But like, when everybody, because I knew how much people hated the ending. So going into it after the fact,
oh yeah,
I was kind of anticipating what was going to happen and like why people would hate it. And at first I was like, oh well, Cersei's going to win, and then everyone's going to die, and Cersei's.
So you didn't know how it ended?
No, I managed to
God.
avoid. I didn't know anything. I managed to avoid it all.
It's been done for.
I know.
Too.
Like, I'm just really good at tuning stuff out.
I guess
just
so.
Ask,
That's every girlfriend I've ever had.
But no, but like I actually thought. So I didn't see that coming, but I actually thought that they were making an interesting point about power and how nobody can handle it and nobody should. Like I thought that, I thought it kind of related almost to what was going on in just their own country today. So I thought it made an interesting point, and I think that I get why people were pissed off at it. And there was a lot of loose ends, and there's a lot of things like the whole war, like the what were those creatures, the Night Walker, or the White Walkers.
The White Walkers, yeah.
Like all of a sudden, it's just over, and they're all gone. Like what, forever? Like
that's the premise.
I mean, it was a pretty badass
king,
war, but it was just
the king dies, and then they're all gone, and then it's like,
so how did they all go away before? Yeah,
where did the king come from?
Because there was a war before, so how did they not? If they didn't win that, they would have all died, right?
So yeah, did they build the wall last time and push them back?
It was a little.
I don't know. I'm sure that.
So I get that there was a lot of loose ends, and I get why people were, but like the way it ended.
I didn't think it was that bad.
I kind of liked how she turned evil at the end, and because once again, I think it just goes to show. I don't think people are. I don't think people can handle the comic.
Well, I love the scene between the Mountain and what's his brother's name?
The
Is it
Hound?
The Hound? I was going to say the dog.
Is it Gregor or something? Like Hounds? Yeah.
Yeah, I thought those guys. That was super cool. Loved how that went. Jon Snow killing what's her face.
And then what? And they banished him to
they
the wall, but then he just went off with the wildlings.
He went off with the wildlings. It was kind of
so it's like, all right, he's like, oh yeah, I'll go to the wall, but I'm not.
Yeah, I'm not going to really listen to you
anyway. Go back to the wildlings. Instead, I had a pretty good time doing that before. I'm going to try it out again.
Yeah. And the dragon just flying off.
Oh yeah. Right, yeah, the dragon's just like,
so what happened?
My mother's dead, so I'm gonna go away for a while.
Melting the throne.
And...
Pop out a couple more eggs and keep this thing rolling. There's supposed to be the spin-off? Not the spin-off, but the prequel of it.
Yeah, I get. Or isn't Netflix or Hulu or one of these channels doing their own Game of Thrones now, and it's supposed to be as good, but it's a whole different.
I hadn't heard
version of it.
Of the same story?
No, it's just it's some sort of fantasy set type of thing.
I'm sure they always do that. There's somebody doing their own Viking one now too. They spin Right.
I heard the Vikings was really good.
Vikings was great. I watched that on as I was exercising. That was a great one. The next season's supposed to be coming up, but yeah.
So when do you work? Do you work out first thing in the morning?
Yeah, I get up at 4:30 every morning.
See, I'm working on that.
Yeah.
I'm getting up between 5 and 5:30 right now. But I wake up and I start checking emails and I'm drawn, and then I need to get up and just work out.
So I get up and I take care of the dog. I take the dog outside, feed him, and then I have literally a half a cup of coffee, half of a real cup, not half of a huge mug, probably 3 or 4 ounces of coffee, and then I go downstairs and work out every morning. And I alternate. I do cardio one day, and then I'll do weights the other days.
Okay.
So I go back and forth. That's the plan. That's it.
That's like, yeah. See, that's because that's my ideal time is 4:30. My problem is I gotta stop. Like when I wake up, the second I start thinking about work, I can't do anything but work.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
I get so because like once that anxiety kicks in, I'm like, oh my god, I got like 5 tattoos today, and I need to polish off this drawing, and I need to like, well, I'll just drive to the shop, and this way I don't have to worry about driving to the shop. So then I got here at like 6 o'clock this morning. And
No kidding.
I drew, yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah. And I did a small tattoo before that kid came in. Like I started tattooing. I
Was
started
he
as
blank
early
when
as,
you came in?
Yeah.
Like that, you did all of that. Was a lot of work on that guy's shoulder.
So like, I'm crazy. Like
You are
tomorrow
crazy.
I'm doing a tattoo at 7 a.m. I'll be here probably till 8 tonight.
You got somebody coming after me?
Yeah. I'm working on a biomech sleeve.
It's the same thing over and over. It's Groundhog Day.
But like, it's weird because I'm at this point where this business, and I've kind of allowed it to consume my life. And I'm at a point right now, like I said, I have like I'm just, I used to be like in a toxic relationship where I spent a lot of time involved in somebody else's problems and issues.
Yep.
And a lot of time, like, just being wrapped up in their own stuff. So, it's funny because it's the first time in a while that I can be this wrapped up in work, but at the same time, I have such an addictive, I think, personality that's always coming out in different ways. And right now, it's either food or drinking or doing something obsessively, and right now it's work. So, like, I don't know, I just think I'm sure it's not the healthiest, but it's better than, I guess, drugs or something.
Yeah, I guess so. Better than doing that, yeah.
It's like I'll just be a workaholic, I guess.
Well, yeah, you got to make sure you do those stretches and shit, especially with your arms getting all fucking crimped
No,
up. and
well,
everything.
next year I'm gonna step back. I want to focus. My big goal for 2020 is to make it more about my health and less about how many tattoos I can do.
That's cool.
Because this year has literally been about paying off my student loans and how many tattoos I can do. So literally, I've like every week I push myself. Every week I'm like, okay, I did that much. Like, what can I do? Like, it's just this. And also too with these, I'm working on these big projects and I'm excited about them and I want to get them done and get them in the portfolio. So I do these big, crazy, epic, like appointments on people sometimes.
So, okay, so another thing I bought that I love, it was a treat for myself. It's one of those massage guns.
I got one of those. I got the Hypervolt.
I have no idea what the one Vibe something. I don't know, but it's fucking awesome.
I do. I love it.
Oh my
I love
god!
it, yeah.
I'll just sit there and just like hammer my legs or my back.
Yeah, I'll go up and down my arms. Yeah.
That was the best. Whoever invented that.
Yeah. Yeah,
Best
it's just like
invention ever.
percussive massage, yeah.
One of my friends, I remember seeing something where he took like a jigsaw and he put a big rubber stopper on the end, and I was
Like
like,
a tennis ball or something.
yeah. I was like, oh, just buy one, you cheap bastard.
One I got was like $300.
Yeah, you can spend
Yeah.
like 150 to some of them.
Yeah, like $800, yeah.
a lot. I didn't spend no $800.
Yeah, nice one, like $350, something like that. But I just, I try anything nowadays. My thing is I need consistency. It's like, I just need to stretch every day and like get
That's
on the
it.
bike. I need to, rather than doing it a bunch on Sunday, because I will, like Sunday I'll go for some 5-hour hike in the morning. But then like Monday through, when I'm working, it's like I don't do anything and it's just like, I need consistency is better than.
That's it. A little bit of consistency. A lot of consistency with a little bit of what you're doing. Like, a little bit of stretching throughout the whole week or a little bit of exercise throughout the whole week. And then you can kind of tweak it back and go, I was doing 20 minutes on the bike every day. Now I'm doing 25. Now I'm doing 30. And then, get your balance of whatever you want to get to.
I really want to commit to doing hot yoga for a month this winter too and see. So I tattoo a woman that owns Beacom Studio in Simsbury.
Oh, yeah?
And I want to go. Yeah, I actually went down one morning. I kind of sat in for the last couple minutes of a class, and just cause I told her I'd go check it out.
I do
and
that.
It's hot. Would you do it?
I've never. I'll do it with you. I've never done hot yoga, but I would absolutely do that.
My plan. They have a super early class. I actually got the cards over there, but they have a really really early one, and then they got a 6:30. They have a lot of ones in the morning, so I thought I could go to an early one.
Yeah.
Because they're 90 minutes. That's the thing.
No, that's I would I've done yoga classes, but never hot yoga.
All right, maybe But
I'll give it a
That
shot.
actually might motivate, and that's kind of in between us too. Since
Simsbury's a good spot.
probably think it's probably equidistant between the two of us. Too.
Yeah. Ah, now I'm excited. I haven't done yoga in a bit. I'm stiff as fuck.
When I was in there, I was talking to this guy, and he was some like, he was like owns his own HVAC company, and he was kind of a rough kind of. And he's like, oh yeah, he goes, well, you got problems with your arms, and I was like, yeah, because he heard me talking to my friend, and he's like, oh yeah, I had carpal tunnel, I had tendonitis. He's like, I come here all the time. He goes, he's like, it fucking sucks. He's like, but let me tell you, it works. I don't have any of those problems anymore. He's like, it cured everything.
Big HVAC burly guy is going to hot yoga.
Yeah. And he says he does it like 4 times a week, and he says
no kidding.
He said he had all these issues. He said he couldn't hold on to
shit,
power tools
4 times a week,
and he said he has no pain anymore in his hands or arms or shoulder.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if I can commit to 4 times a week.
No,
let's try it once and see how it goes.
She told me, she's like, the first couple of classes, she's like, usually it takes a few classes to adjust the heat. She's like, usually, like, sometimes you just have to lay down for parts of it, which is like as common, and you just basically do what you can, and then
you got to bring in like a huge thing
down.
of water, I guess.
Yeah.
How hot do they get in there?
It's like 100 and.
Oh my gosh.
But it's like really humid too. They pump a bunch of water in the air. It's a really nice facility, though. It's like a state-of-the-art place. It's like
whereabouts in Simsbury?
Really,
is it on Hot Meadow and?
Oh my God! I know. I used to take the route all the time when I used to live on the other side of the river. But I don't know the names of any of the streets. So it's,
you've got the thing. I'll take a look at it over there.
But
cool.
But yeah, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful facility. It's really clean. It's really good.
Shit. I did a yoga class at a place in Granby a little while back, and it was nice. And it was an early morning class, which is what I was looking for. It was like really early, and I was the only guy, and it was a lot of older ladies.
Oh yeah.
I guess that was the morning class. Was that style, but it was so cool though. It was a good.
I'd probably feel comfortable in my old lady class. I'm probably about as agile as the old lady right now.
No, these ladies were flexible as shit.
Oh yeah, that's right. They're probably. I'm probably. Yeah, they're probably.
I'm like falling over, and they're like all balanced,
exactly.
and I'm like, okay. Did you
but
bring
that's
me another
just the
block?
people. That's like why I want to do it, because the people that I know that do yoga, they just seem like they just look like they feel good. They look healthy.
Mm-hmm.
I think that there's definitely some magic in there.
Absolutely.
Well, not magic, but
Oh, there's none?
it's like science, but
That'll be cool. We'll give that a shot.
I see them every year. They're my favorite band to see live. They're amazing. Like, they're awesome. Like, they're so much fun, and they put on like an awesome show. But they play right over in Hamden at this tiny little club every year called The Space.
No kidding. That's fucking funny.
And when I lived in San Francisco, that's where they lived. I would see them play like all the time. Oh God, they got to be in. Saw an engineer from NASA that worked on the Mars Land Rover. So we saw like a whole lecture about like the Land Rover and how they like just even figure all that shit out. It's crazy.
That is pretty cool. Now, what is that, like at local colleges and stuff?
It's the Bushnell. Bushnell has a whole lecture series. Yeah.
No shit.
Like Spike Lee's come in. That's the big one this year.
What's his topic or his tag?
I think so. Yeah, usually they'll have like something that they're speaking about. I'm not sure. Like, I know the last one he did was like on gentrification or something like that. Something I think kind of like racially.
That's what I mean. I was going to guess. Is it going to be something racially related, or is he going someplace different?
I'm not sure. I don't know if that's going to be. I don't know if that is the topic he's speaking on, or something different. But what I saw on the internet was something about gentrification. So, but I just figured he's gonna be an interesting guy to listen to.
I would think so.
Neil deGrasse Tyson was awesome.
Yeah,
he was great. Did you hear the last Neil deGrasse Tyson Joe Rogan podcast?
Oh God, I don't think I got through all of it though.
Off the rail. Like, Joe Rogan must. Like, I don't know if he was like super high or something, but that was a bad one. Like, he was not on point. Like, he kept kind of derailing the conversation and getting him off track. And even Neil was like, "What are you talking about? Why are you asking me this?" He was like, "Phones. What do you think about phones? You think they're listening to us?" And he's like, "I'm an astrophysicist. Do you want to talk about like something interesting?" And he just like, Like, do you think that artificial intelligence? It's like, yeah, that's not really like my thing, man. Like, I don't know, like.
Well, he does so many of the shows. Yeah. He does so many of them, and then like he puts out like 4 of them a week or so, give or take.
Yeah.
And they're each anywhere from 2 to 3 hours. You know, that's a lot.
But I just feel like he should have. I felt like he just should have let him talk more and interrupt less, because I felt like he would get on something interesting. And like I said, he just seemed like off. Like, he seemed like he was
they're not
super
all golden.
Stoned or something, right?
It's the balance, right, of being able to ask the questions, pull the information from the guest, have the conversation, as opposed to waiting for your guest to stop talking so you can talk. You know, like, and it's very disjointed.
Well, he kept saying, I don't understand what you mean. And he was explaining things that I thought were pretty clear, and I'm like, he must just be like drunk or high or something like that, because Neely was getting frustrated. He kept arguing with him about stuff, and he's like, "What are you talking about?"
See, he had Alex Jones? I think it was Alex Jones.
Yeah, it was like a 5-hour podcast.
Was that the one where Alex he would start talking, and then he'd start talking faster and louder, and he'd basically be screaming, and then Joe had to constantly calm him down.
But like, whoa,
I couldn't listen to it, and it had nothing.
Stressful.
It had nothing to do with what he was saying, the content of his words.
Yeah.
I couldn't even understand him. I couldn't keep up, and it was too stressful to listen to.
And it was all over the place. Alex Jones is just all over the place.
He is erratic. Yeah, that one was rough. You know what? It's funny. I find that when he has like old school comedians on, not like new people, but old school ones, they just have no idea how to do a podcast. And I'm painting with a broad
you
brush.
don't even know like what they're on. Yeah,
they just.
He had one guy on he was an old timer, and he was like, and Joe was like, "Well, you should do a podcast." He's like, "What the hell is a podcast?" He's like, "What we're doing right now." He's like, "What are we doing right now? Are you recording this?" And he's like, "Yeah, we're live."
Yeah. Some of them are just so stuck in their ways about things, and you know, it's just like sometimes it gets really awkward. I remember he had Pauly Shore on, and it was just. I think it was just a favor. It wasn't a good one, where Pauly was like asking him for favors on the show, where it's just like you know, that's not.
Oh, was he?
Yeah, you don't do it live on the air if you want to ask a favor of the guy. Don't.
Right. Put him on a spot, and then
they're talking about another show, and he's like, "Oh, I'd love to do that one. Can you hook me up with that guy?" And Joe's like, "Oh, we'll talk later. We'll talk later." And it's like. It's not cool, man.
Yeah, well, so what's the thing with him? So his mom is the one that ran the Comedy Store.
Yep, Mitzi.
So that's kind of how he just... Because I never was too into Pauly. I never thought he was all that funny. So would he just kind of get like a...
Nah, the Weasel, MTV, blah. It was like, flash in the pan kind of thing.
Yeah, it was a lot predictable. I mean, so much of it was like fart humor type of stuff too.
It wasn't even good fart humor.
Yeah, it was just like
I like fart
shit.
humor.
It's just like the idiot shit. Yeah.
Yeah. No. Yeah. His mom ran the store.
Yeah.
And I'm assuming when she passed, went to.
Well,
him.
yeah. Well, that's what they always. I think they talked about it before in the show. It's like, yeah, Pauly Shore's got it now.
Yeah. I don't know.
He's probably got somebody running.
I would assume so. I mean, because they seem to still love going down there. They say the vibe is great.
Yeah.
They've got. I mean, can you imagine being in that area and being able to pop into the store, pop into the store on a Wednesday night, a Thursday night, and you could see fucking Chris D'Elia, Shaw, Rogan, Chappelle, just do 10 minutes apiece, bang, 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 just like that. And it's happening every week because they're working out their new stuff. That's got to be incredible.
Pauly Shore just came up and probably asked him to be on this podcast. He's like, "Hey, can I be on your podcast?"
Yeah, probably.
And ask you a bunch of favors while I'm on it.
Mm-hmm. It was when Dice Clay was on. I thought it was.
I don't think I heard the Dice Clay one. That's like all them guys as heroes.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, because I mean, he was like a rock star when he was famous doing shows. There were parts of it that were good at trying to get an insight, but of what it was like at that time for him. But then there were other parts that were it's kind of sad.
Is he like an alcoholic? Is he all messed up?
No,
I don't know much about him. Is he
he seemed pretty straight, like he had his shit together and everything, and hopefully didn't piss away his money because he was playing fucking stadiums.
Yeah, he was one of the stadium guys, right?
Yeah. And the big thing they always say about comedy is like when you do those tours, you gotta, you'll do a tour and do a set of stuff, and it'll be similar stuff as you go around. But then when you go out and do another tour, you gotta get new shit, and you can't do the old shit again. With Dice, he would go, and people would want to hear the nursery rhyme jokes, and the crowd would finish it, and for years they would want that. It's like playing the same song over and over.
Right.
Normally that shit doesn't happen in comedy,
Well, that's like Bert Kreischer with the Machine story,
The Machine.
right?
I had heard so much about the Machine story, and I had to fucking Google it because I was like, what is the Machine story?
I looked it up on YouTube or something and watched it, yeah.
About his trip on the train.
Yeah.
And that was funny. That was good. Plus, he's telling it with his shirt off, and he's,
Usually cocked by the time he gets to that part.
Yes. Pretty large and drunk. But he is funny.
I wonder, I think about those guys and how they all have kids in school. I wonder how many of the kids' parents just hate them out of jealousy. They see them every day picking up their kids, and they're probably like, oh, look at that guy. Shock jock on the radio. They probably have, all this passive-aggressive percent.
I would think so. I mean, can you imagine, running into, Joe Rogan at picking up your kid from school?
And, you have some job that you hate or something.
Mm-hmm.
Here's this guy.
And he gets to fucking talk with famous people all week long.
And all he does is talk about smoking weed, doing DMT, and LSD, and these parents
and exercising.
And these parents just probably hate him,
Yep,
not, or they all love him. Who the hell knows,
being jealous, I think, is natural. I mean, he's doing something he loves.
It's just the other wives were probably staring at, you know what I mean? I could just see the scenario. Mm-hmm. The wives were all probably...
going, he's all jacked and in shape, and then they look at their husband and go, he's over 50, look at that. You look like shit.
Yeah.
So, another one in that kind of circle is Aubrey Marcus.
Oh yeah, I like Aubrey Marcus too. I don't think I've seen his stand-up though, but I've listened to
his shows.
He's not a comedian. He's
the guy who runs On It.
Yeah.
He's
That's
got
right.
a podcast
Okay, yeah.
and
So
everything.
I've heard him when he comes on Joe Rogan.
Yeah. He's really cool to listen to and everything. But his the big thing that I get hung up on is he's in an open relationship, and that's his thing.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
And
that's right.
yeah, and so I was listening to one of On It's, the company's podcast. Kyle Kingsbury's the guy who does it, and he's talking about his open relationship with his wife and his kid, and he's got a kid, and what's this, introducing the guy to the kid, because it's the two dad, and I was just like, this is so weird for me. I don't quite get this. And that's one of the big things that the tenants in their I don't want to call it a cult, but in their fucking thing. Open relationships.
Yeah.
Swinging.
Yeah, there's something about, I like to think of myself as pretty open-minded, but I don't know about all that.
Yeah. I think I'd like to think I'm very progressive and open-minded, but no, I'm all set with that.
Yeah.
But the way they, that's their thing. They'll do podcast after podcast talking about, this is how I worked through being scared and afraid when I sent my partner off to go meet her lover, and I'm like, oh my God, this is just not my bag, to say the least.
I have a young cousin who's roped up in a polyamorous relationship.
Mm-hmm.
She's been with this guy since she was 16, and by age 20, convinced her, oh. So he basically goes out and finds a female to bring into the relationship. So I'm like, wait, so he goes out and fucks a bunch of girls, and then when he finds one that wants to be a part of your guys' relationship,
Brings them back.
Brings them home. Well, I guess you can't go fuck people, right? And she says, but think about it. If you have enough love for one person, why wouldn't you have enough love and I'm like, oh my God.
See, that's the call sign. That's the fucking tagline of...
Yeah, that's called brainwashing.
It really is, because they say, when you stand in the warmth of the sun, doesn't the sun have enough warmth for the both of us?
Yeah.
I'm like, different story right there, buddy. But if you want to do that, that's cool with you. But, no. See that a lot on the dating apps.
Yeah, that's
Wow.
I've heard
they're
that,
calling
yeah.
it out, which is cool.
Well,
Because
I've
there's
got
no secret to
yeah,
it. You know?
I've got like a lot of the people that I'm friends with that have tattooed on Facebook and stuff like are coming out in these 3-way relationships now online. They're posting pictures, and it's usually a guy and 2 girls. I've never seen it the other way around.
So I'm not going to complain, but
I have never seen it be 2 guys and a girl before. It's always 2 girls and a guy.
not very equal, is it?
Right?
But yeah, there's a lot of that in the online dating stuff. They're like, it'll be a picture of a couple, and you know what? There you go. So when I see it, if I'm in a dating app, I'm looking for a woman. So I would only see the females looking for a man. But every once in a while, I'll see a couple looking for a man. So it's a dude looking for another dude.
Yeah. Gross.
Or a dude looking for a dude for his girl, or
watch or something.
Yeah, so it's it's a path I choose not to tread. Swipe left.
Yeah, so one of my good friends who has an identical twin, so his twin brother.
Oh,
who
this is gonna be good.
In like Texas. Well, the twin part doesn't have anything to do with it, but anyways, he's been married now for years and years and years, and he got like bored, and he ended up going on one of these websites to like hook up with somebody. So he ended up doing this thing where he found this couple where the guy wanted to watch, basically just want to like hide behind a curtain and watch somebody else fuck his wife.
A cuckold,
So
yes.
he thinks that like, oh, this is safe because then,
Just me having
so
sex with a
he starts
girl.
fucking this girl, but then the girl starts calling him and arranging to meet him when like he's not around, so the husband doesn't know when they're meeting, So then they straight up have like, so now they're cheating, even though like if he's fucking her with the guy in the room, it's okay, but if he doesn't know about it, then it's I'm like,
not okay.
That's so weird. So then they end up falling in love with each other, and they end up both leaving their other significant
partners?
other. But I'm just like, but then wouldn't you think, well, does this girl?
Is she into it too? She's gonna want somebody else.
Want to fuck like some other like.
And it's like you sit down at a table with friends. Hey, so tell me about how you guys met.
Right.
So.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it's a red flag, I think, for most beginnings of relationships. Again, you're not talking to somebody with a stellar record in that particular space, but I'm thinking that's probably a sign.
Well, this is kind of a stopping point right here if you want to wrap it up here.
Cool, no, that works. So, just so everybody who's listening knows, I got tattooed for a shitload more than 30 minutes. I just had to drop off for a couple of things, but yeah, we'll wrap it here.